Okay, let's get this started. Alright, so, I gotta help my bamboo tablet. Alright, so, make it a little bigger, not too big. Okay, here we go. Mark spent 30% of his money on comic books. Okay, this I would much prefer if you guys use a percent proportion. 30% of his money on comic books. He had $240. How much did he spend on comic books? Well, 100. That always goes there. Percent goes here. This is part. That's total. So 30%, that obviously goes here. He had 240. You have to decide whether that's part of the money that he had or if that's all the money that he had. So this is definitely all the money that he had. Okay, we're trying to find out the part that he spent on comic books. I know how much he spent, 30%, a part of that 240, but let's find out what 30% of 240 is. I want to simplify this. I'm going to divide this by 10, top and bottom. 30 divided by 10 is 3. 100 divided by 10 is 10. I'm going to use this now, times 24. And on top, it's also going to be times 24. Alright, and that's going to be $72. Okay, $72, I'm sorry. Yeah, $72 on comic books. So out of the $240 that he had, he spent $200, $72 on comic books. Question 2. Alright, so my height is actually real. It's 179. Mr. Ferrari's height, I think he's taller. It's 201 centimeters. Who is taller and by how much? So you have a choice here. Either change everything to centimeters or everything to meters. 1 meter is the same thing as 100 centimeters. That's your conversion. Any, mini, money, mo, let's change something. So let's leave this as it is and let's change 201 centimeters to meters. So let's write this down. 1 meter is the same thing as 100 centimeters. On this side, I'm going to write the same meters on top, centimeters at the bottom. Let's take this, which is what we want to change. So we're going to put that on top and bottom. It's centimeters, so I'm going to put that at the bottom. Okay. Side to side, nothing but top and bottom. There is. How does 100 become 1? Well, divided by 100. 100 divided by 100 is 1. So I'm going to take this and divide by 100 as well. 201 divided by 100 is going to give you 2.01. So Mr. Ferrari is 2.01 meters. I am 1.79 meters. We're both in the same unit now. We can actually do calculations. So who's taller? He is. By how much? Well, 2.01 is his height, meters, minus 1.79. And since we're both meters, we can actually subtract. Okay. Subtracting, I'll borrow. That becomes a 10, it becomes a 9, that was going to become 11. 11 minus 9 is 2, 9 minus 7 is 2, and that's going to be a 0. So, the difference between his height and mine is 0.22 meters, him being obviously the taller person. Okay, but I needed to change his height from centimeters to meters in order to be able to subtract. You can't subtract meters from centimeters. Okay, you got to make sure everything's in the same unit. Okay. In the red 56 pages of your book, which represents 20%, how many pages does the book have? Okay, 100%, part total. 20% goes here. Now the 56 pages here represents not the total pages in that book, but the 20% that she read. So it has to go here because it's part of the book. Okay, this is part of the book that she has read so far, 56 pages. We're looking for the total number of pages. Okay. Relationship, well, nothing side to side, but if you notice, there is one up and down. The 20 becoming 100. How does a 20 become 100? Times 5. So I can do the same here. 56 to go to this bottom number here is going to be times 5. 56 times 5, 5 times 6 is 30. Carry the 3, 5 times 5 is 28. 25 plus 3, 28. So there's our answer. This book has 280 pages. Okay. This is also a percent proportion, but it's just worded differently. Okay, 100%, 100% goes on top, and it's going to be is and of, is and of. The same thing as we did the prior questions, but just worded differently. 45%, that obviously goes here. Of what number? Of what number is the part that we don't know, so the bottom here is going to be empty. And the is part is 36. That goes on top here. Up and down, not really. Side to side, nothing. So let's simplify this. 45 divided by 5 gives me 9. 100 divided by 5 gives me 20. My reduced fraction here, my reduced ratio here, I can now find a relationship between 9 and 36. It would be times 4. And that's going to be times 4 too, giving me 80. So that's my number. Here, 60 goes on top. Right? What percent? Oops, sorry. What percent? I don't know what the percent. We're looking for the percent, so that spot has to be the empty spot. Of 60. Of 60, so 60 is going to be here. Is 12, the is part, so that's going to be here. Side to side, nothing. We can reduce this. There's actually an up and down right here. Always look up and down. How does 12 become a 60? Is there a way? Yes, there is. Times 5. So, actually, ignore what I just said. We're going the other way, not that way. Because we're going this way. From 100, we're going to the unknown value, right? So here, how does 60 become a 12? So we're going from down up, which is divided by 5. 60 divided by 5 gives you 12. So here on the outside, I'm going to do the same thing, which is 100 divided by 5. It's going to give us 20. Okay. So if you had a test with 60 questions and you got 12 right, you would get a 20% as your grade. The third survey of 300 students, 30 like Sprite, 25 like Fanta, right? So I have 30% that like Sprite, 25% that like Fanta, okay? So, and if you add these up, you got 55% of the population that like Sprite and Fanta, right? How much does that leave us? Well, the total population is 100%, correct? 55% like Fanta and Sprite. And if I subtract these two, it leaves me with 45% that like something else. I don't know what they like, but they like something else, right? So the question actually says, how many students would not like Sprite or Fanta? Well, 55% are the people that like Sprite and Fanta, and the 45% are the people that like something else. This is the people I care about. So let's set a proportion. 100, 45% is going to go on top. Part in total. Well, I know the total, 300 students. I want to know how many of these students are here. Okay. Represent the 45% that don't like any of these two drinks. And is there a relationship? Yes, there is. Times 3. Times 3. It's going to give us 135 students. So 135 students don't like Fanta or Sprite. I used to love Fanta. 7. It takes Patty, the bear, 15 minutes to run 2 miles. Okay. You know there's Fanta strawberry. Anyways, so let's write this as a, I like to write, if it's a ratio, write it as a fraction. What are we looking at? 2 miles. And the bear can run 15 minutes. Okay. On this side, miles is going to be on top, and minutes is going to be at the bottom. Notice that always side to side are same units, right? Miles and miles, minutes and minutes. The other number that we have is 1.5 hours. We're going to change that. We can't write 1.5 here because that is not the same units. This is in hours and this is in minutes. So we got to change an hour and a half to minutes. So 1 hour I know has 60 minutes. 0.5 means half an hour. It's half of an hour. And half of an hour is 30 minutes. If I add those up, I get 90. So 1.5 hours is the same thing as 90 minutes. So 15 minutes, 90 minutes is the relationship. Okay, now we can start looking for relationships like this, because I need to find something times 2 to give me this particular number. Well, what's the relationship between 15 times 90? I believe it was 6. 15 times 6, yeah. 15 times 6 is 90, so on top it's going to be times 6, and 2 times 6 is 12. So, in 90 minutes, how far can this bear run? 12 miles. Okay. Tinkerbell flew a distance of 4.5 miles. That's pretty far. Convert that distance to kilometers. 1 mile equals 1.61 miles. So, let's change. So, let's take that 1 mile. It's going to be the same thing as 1.609 kilometers. On the other side, I'm going to write another ratio. Mile on top, kilometers at the bottom. The information that I have is that she ran 4.5 miles. What would that be in kilometers? And that's what we need to find out. Is there a relationship going this way? Yeah, there is. Times 4.5. So here it's going to be also times 4.5. And take your calculator, which you will be using on Friday. 1.609 times 4.5 gives us a total of, and since it didn't ask us to round, let's just write 7.2405 kilometers. Okay, so Tinkerbell flew a distance of 4.5 miles, or in kilometers, she flew 7.2405 kilometers. Okay. I will write a word here so that I know that you watched this video. There you go. How about something very simple? Green tea.